certified whey protein isolate. The name here is pretty obvious. This is a grass-fed source and it's a whey protein isolate. So that means we've taken the whey concentrate and isolated it to have a higher protein content and a slightly lower carbohydrate and fat content. Whey protein isolate is a powder which you can mix into a shaker and have post-workout, or you can mix this into a smoothie or even other bowls, including things like oatmeal and yogurt, and have this any time of day. Whey protein isolate is a supplemental source of protein that's derived from cow's milk. So that makes this an unbelievable source of the 9 essential amino acids that we absolutely must consume from diet. Everybody must consume these, whether you're an athlete or not, but especially athletes, because these are very important for recovery and for progressing in the gym. Whey protein isolate will provide the body with the essential amino acids that we need to build and repair lean muscle. But in addition to this, we need these amino acids for our immune system. We even need them to make neurotransmitters in the brain. So one really cool example is the neurochemical dopamine. So maybe you've heard of dopamine before. This is important for things like motivation and focus. But if we back that up, dopamine is actually made from amino acids that we can get from whey protein isolate. Now you can get these amino acids from diet, of course. However, a lot of people struggle to get these, and so this is a great supplemental option. Now, whey protein isolate also provides what are called microfractions. Now you can just think of these as molecules that are naturally found in cow's milk. And this is really cool actually. So these have additional benefits that go beyond just the protein in whey protein isolate. So these microfractions, as they're called, actually help with the digestion and assimilation of the amino acids in the whey protein. They also have some pretty cool benefits for our gut health as well as our immune system. So you can look at this as kind of 2 separate things. Not only are you getting a great source of supplemental protein, but you're also getting the cool benefits of microfractions that come from cow's milk. Whey protein isolate is a great tool to aid with recovery from hard training and exercise. Specifically, it's an awesome option if you're on the road and traveling a lot, or maybe you're on a bus after a game and you need a quick source of protein to help with recovery. Building muscle works a little bit like an equation, and it's actually a really simple equation that happens all day long, every single day in everyone. So we have what's called muscle catabolism as well as muscle anabolism. And these 2 factors basically fight for supremacy, and at the end of the day, whichever one is higher, that's the one that wins out. So as a simple example, let's say at the end of the day, we have more muscle catabolism than anabolism, maybe because you worked out a lot and you just didn't consume enough protein. Well, that means that the sum at the end of the day is actually going to be muscle loss. However, one really great way to flip this equation and support growth of lean muscle and improvements to strength is by getting enough essential amino acids and protein in our diet, and whey protein isolate is one of the best sources of this. Benefits of whey protein isolate are to provide an easy and convenient source of essential amino acids. It's also a great way to increase our daily protein intake. Whey protein isolate is a really awesome source post-workout or post-sporting event to support recovery. Whey protein isolate is an awesome option for any athletes or individuals who are very active and love to work out. That's because it's convenient, it's easy to throw in a container or a bag and add to a shaker cup after the gym or after your game to get the protein that you need. One of the unique features of our whey protein isolate that we're very proud of is the high content of what are called whey protein microfractions, and you can find these on the label. So the reason these are important is because they actually support and aid the digestion and assimilation of the amino acids in whey protein. And this is very interesting because a lot of people actually think that they have a sensitivity to whey proteins. They've tried other whey proteins and they just don't feel good. Maybe they get bloated or gassy. Well, it turns out that the presence of microfractions can actually help with the digestion. And so for some people who have had bad luck with other sources, they try our whey protein isolate and they just feel better because of these microfractions. Now, the reason this is unique is because not all companies filter and isolate their whey concentrate, so they take it from a concentrate to an isolate, but they just don't use a careful method to do this. For instance, if they use a process that is not under cold conditions, something like this can actually denature or destroy these microfractions, and therefore you're not getting it in the product when you buy it. So look for these on the label. These are very important, and we're very proud of these in our whey protein isolate.